All right, what's going on, everybody? Let's go ahead and start this. This is going to be a little series on Disciples, the game that came out in 1999. Had a little something to eat and I'm kind of choking. So anyway, it's a game that came out in 99. It is one of my favorite PC games. It is an old game, of course. This is going to start our series of RPGs and classical RPGs on the PC from 98, 99, 2000, 2001. If you look in the corner, or bottom corner, you'll see an actual picture. I actually have the game box, the original game box that I purchased from the store for $20 back when this came out. Yeah, I have the original artwork, case, book, CD, jewel case, everything. Got everything. Some of the some people were very surprised to know I have. I kind of, not a hoarder, but I kind of collect. Let's get into it. There are 4 faction games. Overview of the faction. So we have Empire. We have the Mountain Clans. We have the Legions of the Damned, and we have the Undead Hordes. My favorite. The Empires are humans. The Mountain Clans are the dwarves. The Legion of the Damned are demons, and the Undead Hordes are the undead, as you can gather from the name. Let's see, this is a turn-based strategy game. This is a very unique game, and really nothing else like it when it came out, and there really isn't any out like it now. Okay, let's go ahead and get in. I'm gonna give you a pictures overview. We're gonna pick scenario, has all the races. All right, so you have the Empire. The Empire is, the typical an Empire. They have the Undead Hordes. Have the Mountain Clans. Have the League Damned. So we're gonna start out first with the Empire. We're not gonna do any playing right now. I'm just gonna give you an overview of the units. Let's see. So here, where you have 3 different options. You pick your Lord type. So Warrior Lord. Warrior Lord's unit generate 15% of damage each day, but magic research limited 4th level. Basically what that means is that you're going to regenerate 15% of your HP each day, each turn. You also pick portrait. I think there's 4 portraits. There's always a woman in one of the portraits. You got 3 guys and 1. Then you pick your difficulty level. Okay, easy, you got average, you have hard, and you have very hard. We're not playing, so I'm just going to pick whatever. We're going to get right into it. I can show you the unit. Second. 1 second. Got a little snafu. All right. Fire. All right. Here's a brief overview of the story. Ashes to ashes. As Reed, the Overlord, has been slain by the fire god Pyros. Actually, you know what? This is for the scenario. You don't need to read this. Don't worry about that. All right, let's get into it. For the units and give. So this is the this is your capital. Capital. You know, like I said, Empire, very nice, very peaceful. Trees, birds chirping, castle, bag. Where you gate units, make your lead. Give you an overview. So you have. This is your current leader right now. I guess it's right. He has 3 leadership, which fit 3 units party right now. You also see this little icon right here, wings. That means that he flies. So unhindered by certain obstacles. His attack, so his HP is 150. 150 HP. Has no armor, no immunities. Words. Has a lance. There's an attack. Chances to hit 75%. Damage is 50. Source of his damage is a weapon. Initiative is 50. So if you play D&D, whatever, think of his reach is adjacent unit. So you can hit things like on the front line, but not behind the front. And he only hits 1 target when he. I'll tell you more about the line. 2 little hands right here are where you put items. Actually, not. Put equipment that he might get in them. This is your capital guard. Can't leave. Immensely powerful. Pretty much in this game, he can't die unless you have a stupid, crazy part types of things, like potions and spells and stuff. But they're not. I'll right click. So here I give you an example. His HP is 150, right? It's level 1. Might get to 50 face. Initiative 50. Capital guy. Damage 250. Initiative 90. Targets 6. Everybody. Reach anybody. Armor 50. HP 900. That's only level 1. Stack name Holy Wrath. Chances to hit 95%. Source life. Israel was sent to aid the human empire in their holy quest. Guards the human capital against invaders, never leaving it. You don't have to worry about your capital getting attacked. Playing this game, don't bother with anybody's capital because every faction has this guy, equivalent of this guy in their capital. But we're gonna get it. Okay. All right. So go over units. So you got your fighter. Costs 50 gold. A cheap fighter, start out fighter or whatnot. Here's his stats. 100 HP, no armor, no immunity. Attack is sword, 75% chance to hit, 5 damage. Source of his damage is weapon, 50. Adjacent unit, 1 target. So it's like your, typical fighter. And then you have your archer. The archer's rapid attack and his ability to attack any unit, make effective unit. So that basically means is that he can hit the back row. But they aren't fighters. As you can see, his HP 5. His attack is an arrow, 80% to hit, 5 damage. Initiative is 70. These guys are pretty fast. They tend to go first. They can hit any unit. Then you have your apprentice. These are your mages, your wizards, and your faction. So the apprentice is the most efficient when he's protected from attacks in the back row. So if you put him on the front row, he's going to die quick. Not meant to, doesn't have a weapon. Enabling him to unleash lightning on our enemy unit. HP 35, real fragile. Chances to hit 75, but lightning attack does 15 damage, but everybody. Initiative is low as well. Of course, if his damage is. These are your 3 damage dealers. You're probably thinking, oh man, that's all I can get? That's kind of shit. But we'll get into that, and I'll show you why this game is amazing. Everything is fleshed out. Next, your Acolyte. This is your healer for the Empire. The Acolyte can cure any one unit at a time in battle. 50 HP. He heals, of course. Chances to hit are 100%, so he's not going to miss his heal. But his heal is only 20 HP. His initiative is woefully low. It's at 10. But the reason that the initiative is 10 is because why would you want him to go first when nobody's damaged? You know what I'm saying? Goes last to heal everybody. One target. Healing. Then you have this guy down here, the Titan. As you can see, he's kind of grayed out. Because there's a prerequisite you have to get him. But we'll read him anyway. Titan is a trustworthy creature that possesses incredible strength and high damage resistance. Ignore that last part because that is not the truth. HP 250, pretty good. No armor, as I said. Attack name Smash, 75%, 60 damage when he hits. If it's 40, only hit target. So now I want to show you something. Excuse me. See these pictures? See how they're, one picture. The highest picture is bigger. So in this game, there are 2-slot creatures. The more powerful the creature, the more slots it takes. It only takes up 2. Only going to get the maximum minus 2. Powerful creature, so it takes 2 slots. So leadership is 3, right? So if you have a guy that takes 2 slots, that means your leadership is 2 of 3. Take one more guy. Take 3 single slot guys, or you can take 1 2-slot guys and 1 guy. Now, as you level your hero up, they'll increase this. We'll get to that later. Right now, we're just going over unit. Next video, we'll talk about the build thing, potions, magic, and whatnot. All right, that's that. Let's go over why your units will branch out. This is your level ups for your units. So you remember the knight? Well, these are his upgrade paths. Has 2. You have this or you have this. As your knight levels up, if you pick this, you can't pick this. So you have to pick one path. Anyway, as he levels up, transforms into whatever these do. You know. Now you're looking and you're like, well, why would I pick the chapel stable? He's or level ups and get stronger and stronger. But on this side, normally in this game, when you have like shorter level up tree, they get more abilities. So let's go. All right, so got your knight. It's his, it's gets his level. Right, he levels up. What he'll do when you pick this tree, turn into a witch hunter. See, this structure will determine the upgrade path of your fighter. Fighters will upgrade to witch hunters when enough experience is acquired. See, he'll turn into that. Look at the witch hunter. So the witch hunter get more HP. You'll get 25 more HP. Now you have immunity to mind attacks. So mind attacks is like paralyze and stuff like that. This is what I was talking about when I said the shorter tree gets extra benefit from mind attack. Your attack is still a sword. Chances to hit are still the same, but your damage goes up by double. So hit, instead of swinging for 25, you swing for 50. I think your initiative. Let me see. I think the initiative stays the same. Yeah, initiative stays the same. Still 50. Uh, next unit, the max level is the Inquisitor. So your witch hunter will turn into an Inquisitor. So the Inquisitor, 25. Okay. The Inquisitor gets another 25 health. Max out at 150. Still immune to mind attacks. Your attack now is a mace. Chance to hit is still the same, and your damage goes up. Extra 25 to 75. You guys are, like I said, they're immune to mind attack. Also, too, it takes less XP to get to this. Now, here's the bigger tree. So, your knight, or I'm sorry, your fighter turn into a knight. Here's the knight. Knight, it's a lot of XP, or a lot of HP. So you go up to 150. Have no immunities, but your damage is up 25. After your knight, XP levels up, go to an Imperial Knight. Also, too, your knight is on a horse. First knight, he's on a horse. Why this is called the stable, but he's sitting on a. Here's your Imperial Knight. Get more HP. Your attack goes up another 25 to 75. That's pretty much it. Not much. Now here's next upgrade. Your Imperial Knight goes into a Paladin. Paladin. Now here's the funny thing. Watch this. Your Imperial Knight's HP is 100, right? But you go to your Paladin, his HP drops down 175, and you're like, what the fuck? That's because the Paladin gets armor, 30 armor. Armor means that you take less damage from attacks. Now, I don't know the exact value, but armor is really good. I don't know if it's minus 30. But actually, it's not. It's not minus 30 damage. But anyway, it's armor. And it's good. Also, your damage goes 100. Really good. 100 damage. Enemy has 200 health. That means dead in 2. Well, attacks. So that's your Paladin. Now we're going to go to holy statue. So, for Imperial Knight will upgrade to Angels. Pretty strong unit. Your HP goes up, actually, on this one. So instead of 200, you go 5. Attack is a longsword. The damage, 125 damage. Everything else stays the same. As an angel, you got wings. If you don't fly, though, just fly. Now, this is your fighter tree, which your fighter can transform into these guys, or my recommendation. If I don't really play the Empire, but if I was to play the Empire, I like Paladins. I like the armor, and they're pretty strong. There's certain games I would play, and I would probably go this route. This faster level up, so you get stronger units quicker rather than having to wait to go through all of this. But if I had my choice, I would go with. All right, so let's go to our next tree, which is our mages. The little acolyte guy. That little guy right here that did the 15 damage. So when you get him experience and levels up, he will turn into a mage. The Acolyte dealt 15 damage. Initiative was pretty low. HP was. Now, level up. Your HP goes from 35 to 65. Your lightning is still the same, but now your damage is doubled. Instead of dealing 15 damage, 30 damage to everybody. It'll be good if you think about it. Yeah, pretty good. The mage units in the game are very powerful, but they're not broken because there are fighter units in the game that are very powerful too. Also, like items. This game is very deep. Like I said, we're going to go through a whole little series about everything. Right now, I'm just talking about your mage. When your mage gets enough experience, he will then turn to a wizard. Wizards are very hard to deal with when you go against the computer and they have 2 wizards in the back. It's all bad. It's all bad. Well, now your HP goes to 95, but damage goes up 45. Deal 45 damage to everybody on the field. Really good. And then, well, here's your branch for your wizards. Now, this is a side branch. Your wizard won't turn into this. What this means is that in order to meet the requisite, you have to build the library. Build the library. Now, remember that guy we talked about before? Titan. Couldn't do because it was grayed out. You have to build this first. Where you can do Titan unit structure. You have to build a Titan statue. Titans. I already went over the Titan already. Next unit, the Archer. Archer got to deal 25 damage. Had a really good. He levels up. Make the archery rank. Turn to a marksman. These guys are pain in the ass. Got a back row full of wizards or spellcasters. These guys have 70 initiative, 85% hit for 40. So they can kill or level sorcerers like 2 or even 1 sometimes. That's a really. I'm gonna say this real quick. So every faction has, I would call them a specialty. So the Empire specialty, I'll show you why. Here's the specialty fire. Remember those guys that healed 20 damage, in the initiative. Guys, really, the healers are great for the Empire. Like I said, it's a specialty unit. Gotta have these guys in your party. Any specialty unit party. So you have two different pathways to go with. Put on the sanctuary first. So you build. So he levels up. Build the sanctuary. Now it's a little bit more health, and instead of healing for 20 health, it goes for 40. Nothing else really changes. Nothing else really changes. Then level this guy up. Turns. He gets even more bald. Turns into a Imperial Priest. See? Turns into that. Or he levels up to that. So now he gets more health, 100. But here's the thing. Look how much health he heals. Heals for 80 health. So you can heal a frontline warrior that's been taking a lot of damage. That's like 200 health. At the end of combat, you can heal him for 80. Imagine if you have two of these guys in your back row and you got a warrior that has like good armor and he's like fighting and he's taking damage. In the turn, you can heal him for 160 health. Which is, like I said, this is why I say that the Empire's specialty unit healing. No other faction game can heal. Empire is the only one that can do that. Buildings. We'll get into that later. Like I said, we're just sticking with you. These are your units. So this is the Empire. A healing Empire, healing faction, that the only one that can heal. Oh, I'm sorry, I messed up. I didn't go the other tree. All right, anyway, the Monastery. So let's say you're like, okay, I don't want to pick. I want to see what this one's about. Now you're Monastery. So now your guy, like 40 years old, he'll get a little beard. He will turn into a cleric. So here's the thing about the cleric. What they do special is his healing stays the same. Still, you're like, well, I don't understand, Vince. His healing is 20. No, heals everybody for 20. That's the specialty of clerics. Instead of healing one person like the other guy, they heal everybody. So you get enough XP, you go on the cathedral. Now you have a Patriarch. So he turns into the Patriarch. Like 60 now. Yeah. Now it's more HP. But now he heals everybody for 40. So you got two of these guys in your back row. Into combat, healing everybody for 80. You know? Rather than one person you healing for 80. For 80 because you got two of these guys. Now, it doesn't mean they're better because remember, this guy heals them for 80 outright by himself. One of these guys to heal for 80, you need guys to heal for 80. But it's all about preference, how you want to play, entirely your decision. All right. That's pretty much the Empire. Let's go to the next race. We will save my favorite race for last. Let's go to the Legion Dam. More pictures, of course. These are the demon class. Capital. When I first played this game, this was my favorite. Not that they were terrible, but I didn't really gravitate. Alright, so here we go. Remember that guy said that was in every capital? Murdered your face when you came and tried to take it? Their guy. 900 HP, 50 armor, 150 unholy blast. This is a huge guy with big wings, giant flame sword, just kills you. So I'm gonna go over. There's I guess I should have done that with the last thing. But we'll come back to it because there's 3 different type of leader. There's a warrior leader, mage leader, and a scout leader. But we'll go to that. We'll do that later. That next video. Let's get to the unit. All right. For the undead, or I'm sorry, the legion. Pretty much a mirror of your knight. Does have a little bit more health than the knight. Deals the same amount of damage. At the same initiative. Punches you. Just a simple peasant inhabited by a demon. Yeah. Then you can recruit. I'm telling you about the 2 slot guys. They're stronger. But then you have Gargoyle. These guys are tough, especially early on. But the Gargoyle, bony skin absorbs most excellent defensive unit. What that means is, like I said, it's really hard to deal with early on. 90 HP, but has 40 armor. So remember, Paladin, higher XP levels. Prior, the guy had 30 armor. This guy has 40. But they kind of, because he has 90 health, it's not as bad. But show you what else makes it. His attack is rock shards. He throws rocks. Damage is 30. Initiative 70. Hit any unit. So if you got a spellcaster in the back, you're gonna go right at them. Or if you have a mage leader and who has like 65 health starting out, gonna hit you. Then you have the cultists. Their mage unit. It mirrors the Empire's Acolyte with the lightning. So 15 damage. It's fire though, it's not lightning. Fire. All unit. You have the devil, which is 170 HP. Flash is attack. Deals 50 damage. Initiative 35. This is that grayed out unit you have to build the prerequisite for, called the Fiend. The Goat Man. 250 HP. Slash 60 damage. 40 initiative. These are your units. Now we'll go to your let's start at the beginning. Remember, this right here is specialty. Fighter, mage, archer, range type thing. Here, I'll show you. I'll point to it. Fighter unit, mage unit, range attack unit, support unit, or I call them specialty. All right, so here's your fighter. I'm sorry, you're possessed. So your possessed turns into the berserkers. Your HP goes up. That goes up to 50. Goes up to 50. Your attack is a battle axe. 75%. Next, after your Berserker, level up to an anti-Paladin. HP goes through the roof, 20. Battle axe is still the same. Damage is 75. You guys are rough to deal with. Most of the time, the Legion as an Undam will have a front line of 3 of these guys, and it's all bad because that's 75 times whoever's on the front line. Whoever's on the front line is going to get bad. This is where you get the Goat Man. You build this for the Goat Man. Go to your Mage unit. Okay, so here's your Mage unit. This is the one thing I like about them, because I like their Mage. I like witches, and they have a witch upgrade called the Haunted Woods, and look at that. That looks so sweet. The other one, I love the animation on this. When you get this, these guys walk in your capital. They do like this little dance. It's so funny. Anyway, let's start with the witch side. Well, I love this. So you're a cultist. Now here's what's different. So remember your cultist do 15 damage to everybody. It's a fire. Well, that totally changes. Turn them into a, that goes away totally. Becomes something totally different. Which, hidden in the depths of the forest, evil witches conjure the forces of evil to terrify enemy. They cannot flee, they will paralyze. What this means is that if you can't retreat out of battle, instead of doing this attack, she'll paralyze them. HP 75. She can target any unit. Her initiative is low. Source of her attack is mind. Remember, had that one guy in the Empire that had immunity to mind attacks? Her attack is fear. Chance to hit 75% damage. But what she will do, she will make whatever unit she targets retreat from battle. Now, that can be kind of a double-edged sword. The more units that are in battle, the more XP you get. If she makes them retreat, you get less XP. But I like her. I like witches. I'm kind of biased. I like witches. But this can be really good if you go against an enemy and they have like a really powerful guy that kill your back row of mages or your mage hero. Your mage hero gets hit and bleeding out and all. You can make her to scare the guys, put fear, and he'll retreat out of battle. The other guy that's fucking you up. So you get enough XP with her, and she levels up into a succubus. I like this one. I like succubus. So, same exact thing. There's nothing different about the witch and the succubus except her HP. She gets extra HP, 115, and all this stays the same. Same thing. Now, some people are like, I want damage, I don't want to be body retreat. I don't care about that. Alright, so we're gonna go to the dark ritual. So your cultists will turn into this guy. I think it's funny because this is a girl and turn into a sorcerer. HP 75. Now, instead of a fire storm with 15 damage, you get fire rain, 30 damage. Div 40. Sorcerer. He levels up. This. She is a Demonologist. HP goes up. And now your damage goes up. The 30 is 45 now. These guys are really strong too. There's been countless times I've went against an art like a party. 3 of these guys in the back row. It's rough. Remember, they do 45 damage to everybody. So now you have another choice. This guy levels up. What do you want to do? You got choices. Let's go hard deceit first. This is your choice, specific choice. But I like it. So now the Demonologist turns into an Incubus. Incubuses love deceit. Love to deceive mortals and paralyze them with their inhuman and prancing. 135 HP, pretty good. Now, what this unit does petrifies you. But look at that chance to 5%. We're gonna get into that in a later video. Source of the attack is Earth. Look at the targets. But what she'll do is she'll paralyze the entire enemy party if she hits them. They'll be petrified for a turn. That's really good. Let's say you're like, no, I want damage. Okay. The max damage of the spellcasters for the Demonologist. This is a lot of damage. 135 HP. Great. Firestorm. 60 damage to all enemy units. Any unit, 6 targets. 60 damage. I have also run into entire party with ladies in the back row, and I just had to reload the game because it was bad. All right, go to the range unit. This is what your Gargoyle turns into. Gargoyle turns into a Marble Gargoyle. These things are rough. They have 150 HP and 50 armor, and they deal 50 damage to any unit. 70 initiative. They go first and have like upgrades. 50 armor is rough. Go to the specialty. All right. So remember that devil guy turns into demon. These guys are huge. Got big wings and talons. Swing. They hit for 80 damage. The HP on this guy 170, and they swing for 80. Initiative 35. Guys are rough. Enough XP for this guy. Turns into a Moloch. Molochs have 370 HP. That's crazy. His attack name is awesome. Called Clobber. Damage is 110. That's a lot of damage. Adjacent unit. 1 target. Now, you got an option again. This is why I say this game is really deep and you play it multiple ways. So now you have to figure out which you want to go, which route. So let's go Infernal Pool. So your Moloch turn into this guy. Turn into a beast. Guys are rough. 420 HP. Attack name, Flash. 70 damage to all units. 6 targets. Initiative is low. Goes last, but I mean, you're hitting for 70 damage. I would like you to go last, please. So yeah, 70 damage to everything. This isn't. Remember the Legion of the Damned already have a fire unit that deals 60 damage to everything. So imagine encountering a party with one of these guys, with those guys. These guys are pretty good. So you don't want that one. You want 8. So your beast, which are the Demon Lord. Demon Lords are rough, really, really rough. Demon Lord is a terrifying sight in the battlefield. 470 HP. 140 damage. Stacks. Jason unit. Target. 40 initiative. That's rough. That's the Legion of the Damned. Like I said, I never really play with them I mean, I played with them, but they weren't one of my favorites. So next one. These guys are my second favorite faction in the game because I like dwarves, and so I like dwarves. And of course, there is a woman, not a dwarf though, but it's a Valkyrie. Yeah, no, not a woman. They don't have any feet, of course, for some odd reason. All right. Then here, of course, you know the dwarves are in the mountains. Guy. Here's the Capital Guardian. Same deal. 50 armor, 900, 250 damage. Charge Thunder, which is lightning to everybody. Let's look at that, a dwarf. Simple dwarf. The mountain clans have the most HP in the game as far as unity, and their units deal the most damage, like early on and later level. Let's go ahead and look at the door. Well, he already starts off at 158. He already starts off at dealing 30 damage. 75 to hit. Here's the trade-off for the dwarves being sturdier and they're slower. So initiative is not 50. So you'll hit first. You'll be dealing damage first. Guys are really axe thrower. 65 HP. 25 damage. Any unit. That initiative is 40, not 50, not 70. Throwing axe. Tenderfoot. Fragile and peaceful in nature. The Tenderfoot potions damage of ally unit. 60 HP. What these guys do is they boost damage. Now remember what I said, the mountain clans deal the most damage early and late game. So imagine having a couple of these guys 25% damage of already crazy damage. Initiative 70s. Guys they go first. Makes sense for them to go first to boost it. Then you have one of my favorite units, Hill Giant. Big guy, 210 HP. Tree Swipe, 60 damage. Source of the attack is Earth. Adjacent unit, but look at that initiative, 30. So he's been close to last. He'll go right before your healers. Then you got a bear. The mountain bear. 45 damage, slash, 130 health, 60 initiative. Really good. The bear's gonna go first a lot of times. That's a cute bear. All right, these are your main units. Now let's go with their upgrade tree. All right, the beginning. All right, your dwarves have pretty good branching out for levels. So, your guy will turn into warriors with XP. So now they got 200 HP. Yeah, I'm telling you, these guys, they're really sturdy. 200 HP, dealing 55 damage. Not 50 like the other guys, 55 damage. But remember, he's slower. Attack is a warhammer. Now you got two options: outpost or armory. Let's go outpost. So your warrior turn to mountaineer. Now these guys are interesting. They are rangers of the high peaks. Mountains fight the enemies of the mountain clans, hurling ice shards. So his HP is awesome, 50 HP. Attack is called ice shards. And what he does is he throws ice shards at every enemy unit battlefield, all of them. deals 30 damage. Source is water. So let's say you're like, I got a couple hill giants. I really wish I had a unit to spellcaster type of unit. Well, the mountain clans got you covered with. Let's say you don't want to do that. So you want to keep with the attack. Now your warrior will turn into a veteran. HP is 50. Get your damage. Your damage goes up to 80. Battle axe, 5%. 40 Jason unit target. You guys are really good. Now you got 2 more options though. Also, I want to say that you can't pick all the options. Once you pick this tree right here, this is locked out. Same thing with this. Pick this tree, this is locked out. So, veteran will level up. We'll go to King's Hall. This is my favorite one. I think this is my favorite. No, this is my second favorite. Mountain Clan. Get a sit. Now, your undefeated dwarves can aspire to become kings of their own kingdom. Select a few renowned for courage and prowess in battle. Now you're looking at you're like, man, the HP goes down. That's okay. Armor. And your attack, 90 damage. Heavy mace. But look at your initiative. Drops down to 20. But again, you have 40 armor. And you can only hit adjacent unit. Target is 1. Let's say you're like, oh, I want to see what the Ancestor Shrine, alright? HP jumps up to 75. But you get a great axe. 150 damage. Initiative is 20. You guys are good. Go to the Tenderfoot. So the Tenderfoot turns to this guy. Now you get more HP, 90 HP, 50%. Got 2 at this option. Then turn into this. Now you get more HP, 120. Now you damage 100%. So if you were dealing 100 damage, well, now you're doing 270. And then you got the bear. But here's the interesting thing. Special unit, your bear, when it gets enough experience, have it turn into a Yeti. Yetis, really 130 HP. Attack name, Thump. A damage is 75. And then this 60. Crazy. Let's see here. Now this is your axe throwers. Turn into crossbowmen. Now you get 110 health, 35 damage to any unit, battlefield, 40 initiative. Here's a unique thing about the mountain clans. So you had your crossbowman. Well, he will level up into, of course, a flame caster. Interesting. 130 health. You are immune to fire, which means that, go and fuck up the Legions of the Damned because a lot of their attacks are fire. Deals flame burst damage, 35 damage to any unit, to all units that are enemies. And he has 40 initiative. So he's good kind of caster. Deals flame to everybody. What are these specialty units? My favorite in the mountain clans. So your hill giant. Rock giant. I like the rock giants a lot. HP jumps to 310. Then for 60, you hit for 90. Rock throw. You got two options. Go Cloud Keep, the Rock Giant, turn into a Tempest Giant, 350 HP, all lightning, 50 damage, all enemy unit targets, 20 initiative. Here's my favorite one, Ice Cave. Rock Giant will turn into an Ice Giant. So, 400 HP. Their attack name is Ice Shards. So 120 damage. Initiative is 30. On target. That's your Mountain Clan. I'm gonna take back what I said because I forgot. I'm thinking about the second game. The Legions of the Damned have two units that have the most HP. Not the Mountain Clans. About the second game. All right. And last but not least, my favorite race in the entire game, which is the race I first played when I first got the game back in 1999. Totally. Actually, I got the game. I played the demo first. I got the demo back in the day. They used to demos in your magazines. There would be like disc inside, and there was a demo on the disc, and all it had was the Empire and the Undead Hordes. And the Undead Hordes, first race I played, and I was hooked immediately. Pictures of the Undead Hordes are bust. All right. Capital. Guy walking across the drawbridge in a minute. There he is. That's our little guardian guy. Guy, Wind of Death, 20 damage. Same thing. All right. I love this. Love this action. You got your war. 120 HP. 25 damage. Sword attack. 50 initiative. Pretty basic across the board. Except for the Mountain Clans, like I said, 4 HP on the first unit. Then you have a unique unit called a Ghost. Spirits are known to paralyze their victim in battle. 45 HP. Very, very low. Are immune to death attacks. Attack name paralyzed, 65%. Basically, what they do is they can paralyze you. And you'll be paralyzed for the turn. Have pretty much the same across the board. You initiate and cheats, cast Pestilence, 45 damage. Same thing as an Acolyte, 45 damage. 15 damage to all unit, any enemy unit, 6 targets, 15 damage. Now, here's the thing. Look at this. See this? There's the source of his attack is death. Go up to the Ghost. It says immunities to death. Are playing Undead Hordes. So you come across an NPC that's Undead Hordes, and they're immune to death. It's gonna be a stalemate. Probably gonna have to retreat. Then you got your Wyvern. Juvenile Drakes. Attack every enemy. Cast their poisonous breath. 225 damage. I'm sorry, 225 HP. 20 damage to all enemy units, all targets. 35 initiative. Now, that's not that strong. 20 damage to everything. And then you can miss a lot of times, 65% health, but they get really strong. Then you have potentially one of the strongest units in the early game, not late game, because they can get killed. Werewolf. Calling at the moon, these fierce creatures of night know no fear as much of weapons. 100 HP. Oh, that's pretty cool. Look at his immunity. Immune to weapon, which means that nothing can damage him unless it a fire attack or lightning attack. If anything says weapon for the source of the damage over here, won't take any damage from it. Flash, 40 damage. 50 initiative. Alright, let's go. Upgrade. Now, the undead hordes get pretty good early. So let's go to the Unholy Ground first. So your knights will turn into zombies, or your warriors turn into zombies. Your HP goes up to 170. Now you're immune to death. Warriors weren't. They weren't immune to. Now you're immune to death attacks. Your attack name is your hand because it pretty much backhands, whatever it is. 50 damage. 50 initiative. Pretty good. So when your zombies level up, turn into skeleton warriors. 220 health. Death. 75 damage. 50 initiative. Really good right here. You can hit adjacent units on target. Skeleton warriors level up even more. They turn to skeletal champion. 170 health. Death. 100 damage. 50 initiative. So a lot of units have 100 damage, but their initiative is low. What makes the undead hordes really strong? They have 100 damage on 50 initiative. So they're hitting for 100 fast. So here's the other tree. So you don't want to go that route. So your warrior, Templar. And what I was telling you about, if there's a shortened tree, it like benefit. So your benefit is at 145 HP, you are awarded fire, water, air, and earth. But award means that first attack of type deals no damage to you. Let's say you're going against the Legion of the Damned. 8th sorcerer, damage to everybody. That first 60 damage, you put it from it. Or let's say the Mountain Clans does the guy with the ice shard. Damage from that first attack. Lightning attack. Put it from it. Let's say you get your XP. Next one turns a Templar into a Dark Lord. 170 HP, which is low, but again, you get guys faster than the other ones. Your damage is 75 with a 50. And you still got that high initiative. Dark the melee tree. Then you have something very interesting with the Undead Horde. So here's your initiates. Turn into Warlocks. Warlocks, 75 HP. And they deal 30 damage. Every enemy unit. All targets. Their attack name is Pestilence. Source of their attack is death, but not immune. Alright, let's go this path. This is another strong one. Very, very strong one. Wraith. Like how he keeps the scarf. This is what's strong. HP is very low, 75, but that immune weapon. So sometimes what I do late game, I have like real strong units and I have a couple of these guys. I'll put them on the front line because the computer can't damage them. So a lot of times you'll come across an enemy party and they have like 3 warriors on the front line. I'll I'll have a party with 3 of these guys in the front line, and their warriors can do nothing but the attack. Here's what's interesting about these guys too. Damn it, they deal 40 damage, which is kind of low for a high tier unit, but they can hit any unit, and they have 6 targets. So they hit everybody. 40. Now, if I am not mistaken, in the second game, changed it from hitting all targets. I think hit 1 target. We'll go over that, and that's your wraith. The other path. So Warlock, who was 30 damage, now turned into a Necromancer. Now he gets 105, and now he's in death now. Death attacks, and his attack goes up from 30 to 45 all units. And we're gonna go Dark Tower first. Now your Necromancer will upgrade into a Lich. Liches are super strong. Get 160 HP, immune to death attacks. You deal 70 damage to all enemy units, all targets. 40 initiative, not 30, not 20, but 40. Powerful. And vampires. Now, Necromancer turns vampire. Here's the interesting thing about vampires. So, 185 health, really good. Immune to death, really great. 50 damage, right? And initiative is 40, and they can hit all targets. But vampires get their life back by doing their attack. Let's say he's gotten hit by a couple archers and he's got like 100 health. Well, he's gonna drop 50 damage from everybody, from all the enemies on the battlefield. Will gain life to a portion of the damage. So vampires are really good. Range one. So the ghost turn into a specter. Specter, 90 health. Death attacks. Paralyzes. So the paralyzed goes from 5 to 70%. They have 20 target. Ghosts are invaluable. Alright. And my favorite trees. For your Wyvern, turn into a Doom Drake. XP. Now, chances to hit are still crap, but you do 35 damage now. 35 initiative, any enemy target, all targets. 100 HP. He gets enough XP. You turn into a Death Dragon. Rough. Get 375 HP. 50 damage. Enemy unit, 6 targets, 35 initiative. Still got that crappy 5%. I mean, you're doing 50, so kind of balance out. Here's how you get the Werewolf Den. So that's pretty much it on all the units in the game and the upgrade path. I recommend playing this game before you play the second one. Appreciate what you're seeing in the second game. Anyway, we're going to end the video here. Come back with another video that's going to go into depth about the mechanics of the game. That was an overview of all the units. Please follow my Twitch channel. Twitch, Beacon Cannon 101 on Twitter. More videos to come on this. More games to stream. Thank you, and see you soon.